Hello, freak bitches.
Stephen Hawking was talking about the possibility of alien life discovering us, and that it would be a terrible, terrible thing if it did happen. If you look at what has happened to other primitive life forms when we've discovered them, primitive cultures when we've discovered them, do you share that same opinion, that if something did find us?
I don't have a strong opinion on that question, but I have an analysis of his comment.
Okay.
He is worried about the possibility of aliens enslaving us based on the reality that we've done that to ourselves.
Yes.
Just think about that. His fear of aliens derives not from actual knowledge of aliens, but from an actual knowledge of ourselves. Anytime a more advanced civilization has come upon a less technologically advanced civilization, it did not bode well for the less advanced civilization. And that happened in North America, South America, North America with Europeans, South America, the Spanish, Australia with the Brits. Never boded well for the less technologically advanced civilization. His factual knowledge of that leads him to suspect that aliens would be exactly the same. And I'm not that skeptical. I don't think all life forms in the universe have the basal, primal, violent attitudes that we do as a species. I've not been given reason to think so.
But don't you believe that things advance because of competition, and competition forces things to be fairly ruthless?
It has been argued that if you're a civilization that colonizes the galaxy, that it's a self-limiting exercise. Why? Because here you go. You ready? We start here on Earth. It's you and me, boy. All right? And you take that planet, I take this planet. And now we both have offspring that are just like us. And we want more planets. All right? We reach a point where expansion is not possible because we are warring with ourselves to gain the territory that each other has obtained. So it has been argued sociologically that the very act of wanting to colonize is self-limiting against successful colonization of the galaxy. Because to colonize the galaxy, it has to be done in an organized way. All right? You take this sector, I take this sector. But if I want territory and I want it now, and my kids want it now, I want that territory, not this other one. In fact, I want it all. That kind of attitude breeds violence. It breeds war, intragalactic war. So it may be that the very kind of civilization that could peacefully colonize a galaxy is not the kind of civilization that would colonize the galaxy at all.
Oof, that's heavy.
Very heavy.
What about the idea that any advanced...
That's my first comment about Stephen
got another
Hawking.
one?
He made another comment about we should be a multi-planet species.
What the hell
to
does that
protect
mean?
ourselves against an asteroid rendering one extinct. It makes a good headline and it sounds like it makes sense, but I'm not there with it. Yeah, of course I want to back up. Of course, let's be a multi-planet species. Fine.
Right,
but I would do it for different reasons. I would do it because it's cool, not because I want to protect human species from extinction. No, that wouldn't be the reason to do it. Can I tell you why?
Please.
List every reason why you think we go extinct. One, we trash Earth. Another, and we can't live off of it anymore. An asteroid is coming. There's some nanobot gone astray. Okay?
Pandemic.
Virus pandemic. Okay. So, it seems to me that if we want to be a multi-planet species, Mars would be the one, because it's a 24-hour day. It's got seasons. We would have to terraform it first, but then we all move there. We just ship 1 billion people there. Here's my point. Whatever it takes to terraform Mars and ship 1 billion people there, it's got to be easier to deflect the asteroid. Whatever it takes to terraform Mars, to turn it into Earth. If you had the power of geoengineering to do that, then you have the power of geoengineering to turn Earth back into Earth.
But there occasionally are things that we miss, right? Because of the way that...
So you say, okay, whatever it takes to geoengineer Mars and ship 1 billion people there, it's got to be easier to create a perfect viral serum that makes us immune to all possible disease. That's got to be easier. Whatever that takes.
But isn't it possible that there's some asteroids that we just will not see until it's too late?
Then you put up whatever that takes. This is what I'm saying. Whatever.
But they're talking about being
Mars
able
and ship 1 billion people there.
1 billion.
Why? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? We have 7. What, are you going to put 10 people there? What? You want to split your species,
right?
Okay. And if an asteroid is coming that you can't deflect, which would surprise me if you could ship 1 billion people to Mars, you just let them all die? What is that? What you plan to? You going to let all the Earth people die and the Mars people survive just so you can save the species? Don't save everybody. I'm not buying into the premise, this cable carology premise, that you have to save one to not save the other, and you know cable carology.
I see what you're saying.
The cable car, you know, someone's in the tracks.
You let them go.
You let them go if you steer it out of the way, but then you actively kill 2 people instead of passively killing 1 person. What do you do? I'm not buying into that premise for this question. I'm simply saying that whatever it takes, it's got to be easier to put up some kind of net that finds any asteroid that could possibly harm us and zaps them out of the sky. That's got to be easier.
This is the last question. Is it possible that the reason why we are never visited by extraterrestrials is because the way civilizations
because of the space
advance?
Debris. 1.
But
2,
is it because the way civilizations...
They have visited. They visited during Comic-Con. Nobody noticed. Okay,
they don't like cosplay.
3.
We're out of here.
Their costumes weren't as good as ours.
Okay.
3. They've observed us and judged. There's no sign of intelligent life on Earth.
Okay, but is there another possibility that civilizations don't ever get to travel like that? Because what happens is, as they advance and as their technology advances, they become, instead of a biological entity seeking to spread its genetics throughout the universe, they become some sort of symbiotic artificial life. That as they advance their technology and as they continue to innovate, they reach a limitation in biology and then eventually create artificial life that sees no desire whatsoever to travel.
Oh, interesting. So I would say, that's a great philosophical question. I would say that the day we create AI, if the AI is everything we are except more,
and not emotional,
then
and not
it
foolish,
would have an urge to explore.
Maybe.
Otherwise, then it's not us.
But wouldn't it create those doors like in Monsters, Inc. and start going dimension to dimension instead of fucking around with jets and
with chemical jets?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they figure out the 4th dimension.
Yeah, wouldn't that be the best way to do things?
And then they figure it out, and then they would figure out a way to travel better than any way we could. But if the fact that we want to travel, and we're creating versions of ourselves called AI, I don't see why.
Would it be a version of ourselves?
AI wouldn't want to travel.
But why would it be curious? If AI,
if it is us,
if it's
this is
not
my
biological,
point. Then it's not. Well, if we create every neurosynaptic map,
right,
of our brain into silicon, into a computer, and recreate our consciousness as humans. The human brain.
But wouldn't that
the
be
human
just
brain
one
is curious.
version of AI? Wouldn't
Sure.
there be like an infinite version of AI that
Sure.
AI could create itself?
It could.
And why would it limit itself to all of our emotions and sexual desires and jealousy and all the ridiculous things that are holding us back?
It could.
Yeah.
Sure. Now, I'm not as fearsome of AI as others are. You know, we're not going to make an AI-looking human being because the human form is not the best or ideal form for anything.
Did you see Ex Machina?
Yes, I did.
Did you love it? Did you love it?
It was good. It was good.
You didn't love it?
Good moments.
You didn't love it?
No, it was good.
I loved it.
Oh.
I want to marry it.
You want to marry it? Oh, okay. Well, that's the first thing it's the sex bot. It's
not even that.
That's
one of my
that's where the
favorite
money
movies.
will be for sure.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying it's one of my favorite movies. I Want to Marry the movie. It was just an awesome movie.
So then marriage would no longer be about sex or just be about reproduction because you just go to your room with your sex bot.
I'm hoping that that's one of the first things that people figure out they shouldn't do anymore.
Well,
once they get smart enough to symbiotically attach themselves to artificial intelligence.
I was watching, what was it, Family Feud? One of the questions was, If you're... We asked 100 married women, if you could have a second husband for only one purpose, what would it be? Something like 70% of them said just for sex.
Whoa. Damn.
A second husband for only one purpose.
Just for getting stuffed.
That's
rough.
Just sex.
That's a fucking wake-up call for a lot of dudes out there.
A lot of guys.
Let's end on that.